What a great way to start off the week, guys. Check it out. It's currently around noon on the East Coast, and we have Bed Bath & Beyond stock up over 31%. It's currently at, almost 19 cents per share. It's up over 4 cents on the day. So, yeah, we have to do a quick update on Bed Bath & Beyond stock, break down the charts, whether or not I'm buying more, am I selling, which I'm not selling, guys, and then we'll talk about what my plans are. And, of course, if we have time later in the video, we'll break down the overall markets, which right now, let me be honest, the markets in general are pretty boring so far. So if you find value, yes, you watching the video, all I ask is to hit that like button and to subscribe. And if you want some free stocks, hey, maybe I'll ask a little bit more. If you want some free stocks, it's a win-win here, guys. Go down below, use that Moomoo link. You get up to 15 stocks, each up to $1,500. All the details are down below. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive into it. So again, guys, Bed Bath & Beyond stock is up over 30% right now, up over 4 cents, and it keeps on climbing up in the OTC markets. As you guys know, last week was the first week of trading in the over-the-counter markets for Bed Bath & Beyond stock, and it did fairly well, pretty well in my personal opinion. You guys can see here it went from 4.5 cents. I believe that was on the 3rd, right? Yeah, that was the official first day of trading on the OTC markets, and went from 4.5 cents all the way up to about 10 cents on that day. So boom, pretty much just like that, this went up over 100% from 4.5 cents to over 10 cents on that day on May 3rd. Then the next day on May 4th, it went up to 15.5 cents roughly, as you guys know. Then we pulled back on that day. That was on Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday we pulled back into close, and Friday we pretty much didn't do much. I mean, we consolidated on Friday, held steady at about 10 cents roughly, and then we ended up, actually no, that's wrong. At the close of Friday, we saw a huge run, and that run ended up continuing into today. This is very, very bullish, guys. You can see we held roughly 10.5 cents on Thursday and on Friday, which you guys can see, I just outlined it right here. That was actually the high from the end of the day on the on May 3rd, right? So we ended up holding that level, 10.11 cents on Thursday at close and all day on Friday. Then we ended up rocketing off that point into the close on Friday. And again, now we're continuing that move today when I'm making this video. In fact, we actually hit almost 20 cents today, which is a whopping, let's see, percentage-wise, around 30% higher from where we were at the peak on the 4th of May. That was on Thursday, right? Yeah, that was on Thursday. So that's very bullish, guys. Very, very bullish. The fact that we hit almost 20 cents. We took the highs out from Thursday and all the highs from last week, and now we're clearly above the moving averages. We have a golden cross on the 5-day, 5-minute, meaning the 50 SMA is crossing above the 180 SMA. This is music to my ears, guys. And if I pull up the intraday chart, you guys are going to see, if I zoom in a bit, we saw a nice pop in the morning, like I said, to almost 20 cents, and we've been consolidating for the past roughly 2 hours, since about 10 a.m. up until now when I'm making this video. It's currently about noon on the East Coast. So we've been consolidating around 17, 18 cents, and now we're waiting to see what direction we end up picking. Right now, we're right by the 180 SMA on this intraday chart, and we arguably have an ascending triangle. I don't know about you, but I'm seeing this playing out, or at least forming. I don't know if it will play out. If it does play out, it will break over 18, 19, probably into the 20-cent range, which would be insane for the bulls. But right now, we have to just be patient and see how it ends up playing out. We have higher lows being made clear as day all throughout the day, but at the same time, even though we popped up to almost 20 cents, we are seeing resistance at about 19-ish cents, 18.5, 19 cents, and we have to now plow right through that. Of course, if the bulls want to see another run, that is a level that needs to break, and right now we're actually seeing a little pop. You guys see that nice green candle forming on top of the 180 SMA? That's a good sign. Now let's see if we could push through the highs, 18.5 cents, 19 cents, and if we could start moving towards that 20-cent mark. If we can, that would be a huge, huge technical breakout for the bulls. And at that point, guys, pulling the layers back a little bit on the 4-hour chart here, that could be a spot where we could start making a move towards, let's see, some key levels here from the past couple of weeks. If I zoom in a little bit here on BBBY, guys, you can see back in a couple weeks ago, 25 cents, that was resistance. That was in the end of April, heading into May. Really, it was just the end of April where we struggled at about 25 cents. Then, of course, we went down to the teens. We went down even lower than that. So that would be the next gap to fill, in my opinion. 25 cents, 26 cents. Then if that were to break, now we're talking talking an even bigger move, maybe towards, let's say 32, 35, 35 cents. That was the high. You guys can probably see if I zoom in a little bit, 35 cents. That's where we peaked on the 21st of April. That could be where we go next. Then if that were to break, we're talking this could go to the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, which is right around 45-ish cents. That's near the high from, you guys probably remember, in the middle of April where we hit 55 cents per share. That is where this could be going. That general range, 45 to 50, 55 cents. In my opinion, that's where we could be going. So I personally own Bed Bath & Beyond stock. I know you guys probably know that. If you didn't know that, now you know it. I bought it a couple of weeks ago. I'm not one of these guys that owned it a year or 2 years ago and I've just been holding for a while. I'm a newer holder here, and of course I've been tracking the company, been following the stock for a while at this point, ever since the craziness back in 2020. Even before that I was tracking the stock, but I decided, hey, for me it was a good time to get in a couple of weeks ago. And full disclosure, I am down about 50% on my position. My average cost is 41 cents, but I'm looking at this as not a no-brainer. I'm not going to be like, oh, this is going to go to the moon for sure, but I'm looking at it as a bet, a speculative bet that I'm willing to take, and I'm down 50%, and I'm still going to be holding on throughout this whole process because I believe there's a lot of manipulation going on right now, and I think there's a lot more upside in the stock. Potentially, of course, there's no guarantees. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but I think there's a lot more upside just because of how much of the float retail owns. I think retail owns all the float, and there's so many shares out there, naked shorts out there, and eventually all these short sellers are going to have to cover. That's the reality here of the matter, especially if we get some sort of buyout, merger or acquisition, right? Merger and acquisition. In my opinion, it's going to happen. The shorts are going to have to cover, and now we're seeing maybe they're, slowly starting to cover. They're not going to all cover at once. That would cause a ridiculous squeeze, but maybe they're just inching, out of their positions now as interest rates are going up. They're getting crushed by the margin interest that they're paying on their debt, right? So yeah, eventually, guys, they're going to have to cover, whether it's, today, next week, and a couple of weeks from now. It's going to happen, and I think that's going to cause even more upside here on this particular stock. And again, I could be wrong. I'm not a financial advisor. This is all speculation. I have no idea what's going to happen. But for me, guys, I do have shares at 41 cents, and I'm holding, baby. And I might even add more. But I might wait for a pullback. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, guys. But overall, right now, I'm holding on still, and the stock is up 27%. And we have to see what it does here at around 18, 19, 20 cents. I'm telling you guys, if the bulls could take out 20 cents on this thing, there's going to be a massive run, and I'll probably make another video later on today, maybe doing an update on Bed Bath & Beyond stock and see how it plays out over the next couple of hours, because mind you guys, it is only noon right now. We still have 4 hours of trading, and anything could happen in these next 4 hours. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. That was a quick update. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Momo. Link down below. Once you guys open up an account, you get 1 free share of stock right off the bat. If you deposit at least $100, you get 4 more stocks, totaling 5 stocks. And once you guys deposit at least $1,000, are you ready for this? You get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 free stocks. And of course, that link helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. So go to stassurfest.com/Moomoo and get your free stocks. And feel free to check out my Patreon if you guys want to be a part of the Discord chat. You want to see me build out my Patreon portfolio. You want to see my charts and ideas throughout the day and have more access to me throughout the day, plus more. All of that's on Patreon, also linked in the bio. I'll catch you guys later.